Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I was supposed to be doing other videos. I wasn't intending on coming live this fast or coming back live this fast, but I'm going to do this video, and this video is going to be relatively fast. I'm marking that down. People joke me when I say that. George Bush's ethics attorney is running as a Democrat in Minnesota for Al Franken's seat. You know, Al Franken grabbed a woman by her tits, or touched a woman by her tits, however you want to describe it. Essentially, a woman who did not want to be touched by Al Franken was grabbed by Al and groped by Al Franken. So Al Franken had to step down. And one of the people running for the seat is Richard Spencer, this gentleman. Richard Painter, this gentleman, George Bush's ethics attorney. I read George Bush's ethics attorney was running as a Democrat, and I laughed so hard. And what's best about this is when you get into the article itself, and he explains why. Now, I remember this guy. This guy has a following of Democrats who hate Donald Trump's guts, because every day on Twitter, on his page, he's spewing something hateful about Donald Trump. Bush's ethics attorney is taking issue with another president. Are you kidding me? And he's running as a Democrat. You Democrats have been attacking lefties all throughout the United States. This man is calling him, was previously Bush's ethics attorney. That's like saying Chris Christie's dietitian or Chris Christie's health coach. Like, and yes, that's a fat joke, but I'm trying to make the point that it is absurd to even give yourself the label of George Bush's ethics attorney. You killed 1 million people. Ethics had nothing to do with it. You didn't do your job if that was your job. Ethics attorney. Are you fucking kidding me? And now he's running as a Democrat. Listen to what he says. What he says is awesome and interesting. And it's the point that lefties make that Democrats don't like to say, but it's absolutely and completely true. He says, I tried to salvage the situation with the Republican Party for a long time, he said at a press conference announcing his candidacy. We've had for a decade of departure from the fundamental values of the Republican Party from America. The Star Tribune first reported Sunday that Painter had filled his paperwork out with federal election officials to run against Senator Tina Smith in the Democratic Party. Smith was appointed to fill former Senator Al Franken's seat after he resigned under a cloud of sexual harassment allegations. Painter, 56, at the press conference announcing his bid, called for people to stand firm with the president, firm against what the president is threatening to do to our country. He argued that Trump is changing the GOP. I don't think Trump is. He's not changing the GOP. Trump is the GOP. But let's keep going. Republicans insist that if you're going to run for political office, you have to be loyal to President Trump, Painter said. This is wrong. This is not the America I want to live in. This is not the America I want my children to live in. The winner for... Now, here's the thing. His point in this was that the Republican Party left him. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, his point is, look, the Republican Party has left him. Now, the thing is, but the Democratic Party was standing right there. It just picked up the pieces. Like, I don't think people realize what the Democratic Party used to be, going back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Then you get to the Reagan era. And I know a lot of people like to say that, you know, Bill Clinton was a big change and everything else. Bill Clinton was somewhat of a clone of Ronald Reagan, or a very small permutation between him and Reagan. And from Bill Clinton being that permutation of Reagan, you have this new clone of Democrat. Now, you have this new clone of Democrat that's not antagonistic to Wall Street, that's taking all of that cash, that is perfectly okay with getting paid, that doesn't like to own up to the fact that them being paid is somehow changing the tenor and the way to which they go about their politics. They don't like to admit that, but that's absolutely true. You have plutocrats on one end, you have lefties on the other end. The plutocrats are giving them a lot of cash. The lefties in that arrangement get lip service. they lean towards the side that's paying them. That it makes all the sense in the world. Now, if you have two sides in your party, you have plutocrats and lefties. My point in this is, you have dollars or pitchforks. Right now, the only thing you have are dollars. This Republican said, my party has left me, but the Democratic Party has moved so far to the right that he's like, this is pretty fucking comfortable. I'm okay with this. This is not all that different than what I used to be. Meaning what used to take place for a Republican is now a Democrat. And so this Republican, who was George Bush's ethics attorney, is now running as a Democrat because he's now comfortable as a Democrat. Whereas for whatever reason, he's not comfortable as a Republican. I think Republicans are more rapacious, fair enough. But that rapaciousness comes with this thing that people see it coming, whereas Democrats, they modulate their behavior in order to get that 2% difference or that 3% difference to con people into believing that there's a massive difference in those things. Or even worse, that this is the best that you can do with this particular system. My argument is that Democrats are worse only because it gives people that particular perspective, that this is the best that you can do with this particular system, and that is nonsense. They refuse to try because they're bought. Or at the very least, they have the ideas of the people who are essentially putting money in their pocket. I don't necessarily care which way that goes, but either way, there's policy that goes into one particular direction, and it's not the direction of the American public. 95% of the wealth was given to the top 1%. That best George Bush. I would imagine that the ethics attorney who looks at this and says, well, fuck, if Obama is giving 95% of the wealth to the top 1%, and he's beating George Bush on that, and he's drone striking and killing civilians too, where have I been? Where have you guys been all my life? I'm now happy at home with the Democratic Party. So that's awesome. I'm not going to keep this long. Richard Painter, Trump warrior, Bush's ethics attorney, is now running as a Democrat for the disgraced Senator Al Franken seat. All right, I'm not going to keep it long. I just let that shit sink in. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Here's the thing. I didn't necessarily hate Al Franken. Al Franken can't go around putting his hands on women's breasts unannounced and unwanted, so that's a fail. But they're replacing him with this guy. That's amazing. And replacing is too strong because I don't necessarily know if he's going to win. But he has a strong following of people who hate Trump like nobody's business. And he is riding that for all the bucks that he can get out of that particular thing. I hate Donald Trump. And those Democrats look at him and say, oh my God, this guy is awesome. Where has he been all my life? This guy's a fucking Republican. And your party has moved so far to the right that this guy is now an acceptable member of that particular party. That is sad and pathetic. That is sad and outwardly pathetic. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to have more videos over the course of the day. So I'm not going to keep this one long, and I will see you guys shortly. Thanks, guys.